development often occurs between 0 and 6 months. Also known as. What are the stages of language development? Here are the main stages of language development in children. 1. Pre-linguistic stage. Also known as the pre-linguistic stage, the first stage of language development often occurs between 0 and 6 months. Children in this phase don't have developed language skills, so they communicate with sounds. They cry, make cooing sounds and utter nasal murmurs as their vocal tracts develop. Infants can also recognize voices and sounds in addition to facial expressions and voice tones. 2. Babbling stage. The second stage of a child's language development happens between the ages of 6 and 9 months. Children begin to babble, making noises and syllables that aren't yet words. Mouth muscles and teeth grow in to prepare children for more advanced talk. 3. Holophrastic stage. The third phase of language development, also known as the holophrastic stage, usually happens between the ages of 9 and 18 months. During this time, their language skills usually have increased enough for them to say single words that describe objects or identify their basic needs. For instance, a child in this stage might say dada as a way of getting their dad's attention. 4. Two-word stage 18 to 24 months. During this stage, the child can speak two-word sentences that usually have some meaning. They group words together that they learned during the holophrastic stage. Some examples may include saying more food at the table, saying doggy small to describe a dog, saying thank mom to show appreciation. 5. Telegraphic stage. The telegraphic stage occurs between the ages of 24 and 30 months. Children can speak phrases that are not only longer but also have more than 2 elements. For instance, a child might say the cat stand up on the table. Correct grammar still isn't prevalent in this stage, but the sentence conveys that the cat is standing up in addition to being on the table. The child also develops the ability to understand basic instructions, including 2-part orders like go to your table and get your books. 6. Multi-word stage. Beyond 30 months, children enter the multi-word stage. They build increasingly complex sentences that allow them to better communicate their ideas. They also start to incorporate morphemes to make more semantically sound phrases. For instance, they know to use the word dogs instead of dog when referring to more than one dog. Source: semantic words relating to meaning in language. Dad shoes. Morpheme, a meaningful morphological unit of a language that cannot be further divided. In ing, coming, come, ing.
Okay, so we just read about language development. Now we'll see its comprehension more briefly. See, in pre-linguistic stage, it's a stage of that comes between 0 to 6 months. Here, a child cannot use words or symbols, so he communicates via sounds, like using crying, he cries, cooing sounds, etc. He recognizes voices and sounds as well. So, a kid of 0 to 6 months, he begins to recognize the voice of his or her mother and the sounds from where it's coming. Either the sound is of her mother or her father, etc. Next is babbling. Babbling is the stage that occurs between the age of 6 to 9 months. Here children starts to babble, make noises and syllables like da, ba, pa, na, cha, etc. Something like that. They will speak in babbling voices. They're not yet words. And yes, most of the people used to ask that when the teeth of our child going to be grown, then the child teeth starts growing at the ages of between 6 to 9 months, so that they can talk much more better. Next is Holophrastic stage, and yes, remember that the question directly comes into the exams, that Babbling stage is related to which of the months? Babbling stage comes under which months of the child? They can indirectly ask as well that 6 to 9 months related to which stages, or babbling stage comes under which months, and order phases as well. Next is holophrastic stage. So under holophrastic stage, this is the third phase of language development, and it occurs between 9 to 18 months. 18, you can say 1.5 year, right? So it occurs between 9 to 18 months, 1.5 year. Here they start speaking a single words like dada, papa, father, mother, pani, drink, etc. Next is two word stage, 1.5 year to 2 month, 2 year. Here they speak in two words sentences, and they have some meaning as well. um, Relatives can understand, but his neighbors and cannot easily understand what kid want to say. Suppose he says dog is small. Here the dog is small, but dog is small. Dog is small is what is ask what he want to say about that. It's not clear, but yes, he says in semantics. This is the semantic things. That something is related to another word, like food is food, mama, food, food slip, slip, food slip, more food, bad food, good food. So we'll speak like that, not in correct, not in as per the sentences, but a kid will speak in semantic. Semantic means that when a word is related to another or in relation to another word. So a question can be asked: the semantic word starts and begin in which stage? So it will be 1.5 year to 2 year, and when a child speaks in single words, and then it will be holophrastic stage. Next is telegraphic stage. See, under telegraphic stage, there is no, there is nothing like that three-word stage. It's not a three-word stage. Like we have holophrastic, that is one-word stage, two-word stage. But now telegraphic stage does not mean to three-word stage. Here, because under this stage, a kid directly speaks more than even two words, two elements, more than two, three elements. Although he will not speak in correct grammatical sentence, he will not speak exactly a sentence grammatically, but he will speak sentence, he will speak, yeah. Like here a sentence is written, the cat written is the cat stand up on the table. It's not properly grammatically correct, but he will speak in sentences, he will try to speak, and it will be more than two words. Just like in 1.5 year to 2 year, a kid speaks just in semantic words more than like in two words hardly. But in telegraphic stage he will speak more than, not only just two or three, but he can speak in sentences as well, although it will be not correct, grammatically correct. Next is multi-word stage. It starts up after beyond 30 months. 24 plus 6 is 60 to 2.5 year. Yes. So multi-word stage begins in 2.5 year later. Under this, what happens? Child starts learning different vocabulary day to day, even more than 10 words a day. He can learn more than 10 words a day. He starts to build and learn complex sentences as well. Those starts to incorporate